I didn't want today to turn out this way, but here we are. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. I had another red day, back-to-back red days. Yeah, not good. This market definitely had me on tilt this morning. I didn't tilt as far as taking trades, but the frustration of how this happened this morning, I was very upset, and I can tell you that an earlier version of me would 100% have absolutely revenge traded, tilted, and I would have blown up some funded accounts today, guaranteed. So huge mental win for me was just the ability to walk away and to not continue to trade. Now, I say that to say that a couple hours later, I found another trade that you're seeing right here and ended up being an absolute butt kicker of a loss. So very frustrating. I was down a couple $100 this morning and ended up over 400 negative per account. So very, very ugly. Hate it. And spoiler alert, I am getting quant guard. This is not going to happen again. I want to lock myself out like I did. Like this morning, I was done. I should have locked myself out because guess what happened? I saw a trade and yeah, the rest is history. So anyway, let's dive into TradeZella and look at the day, the ugly numbers for today. And yeah, there's no new import. So there you go. 25, 40, 90 today. Big losing day. 3 losing trades. So in the last 2 days, I've taken 5 trades and only 1 winner. So just had a streak of bad luck. I'm definitely not going to reinvent the wheel or look for a new strategy or anything like that. It's just a couple of bad days back to back. And the key is to not let it spiral out of control. So yeah, that's today. Unfortunately, we're down red on the month now, but you know, we've got a lot of months left. And again, keep the head on straight. And again, like we talked yesterday, what's the lesson? So let's dive into the trades themselves. Started this morning on the Dow. No, it wasn't the Dow Jones. Yes, it was the Dow Jones. So it took this. Let me just set the stage a little bit. Let's go back to the markets themselves. This morning, I was looking for a potential pullback on the NASDAQ to the previous high of day or this area around the 2394s. I was looking for a pullback. We did get it. Very, very sloppy. And on ES, we were also looking for a pullback. We got a way deeper pullback on ES than what I expected. Just a tough day in the markets. But so this morning, we had this drop down into this area around the 44.430s, and that was something that I've also been talking about in my morning trade plan. This morning I was looking for a potential pullback and looking to get long if we got a hold at that level. Well, what I was seeing here was a hold of that level. I got into this trade, it started to push, and my first profit target was literally sitting right below these low candle wicks around the 44.500s. And I don't know how well we can see if we zoom in here, but this wick right here, this red wick was literally about 2 to 4 ticks underneath my first profit target, and this thing absolutely tanked and took me out for a $130 loss. So that was a tough pill to swallow, very tough pill to swallow. And here's the thought process. I was thinking, typically what I try to do is I will try to get out with half my position size. And I was only in with 4 contracts. Yesterday morning, I was trading with 6. So I was in with 4 this morning. I did want to size down a little bit. But I was trying to get out with half my contracts here, and then if I get stopped out on break even, you know, so that's typically how I set my profit targets. Well, I almost got to the first one, and she ran and did me dirty. So that was a frustrating first trade. I mean, it is what it is. I like the setup. Everything was there. We just, for some reason, we had a big flip. Someone was saying that Trump started speaking here. I don't know if he did or he didn't, but I'll be happy to blame it on Trump speaking. But anyway, we got a pretty big sell-off after that, and definitely kind of consolidated here around the really kind of around the daily 50 moving average. So we'll see if this continues to push higher here into tomorrow. Second trade was on the ES. I keep switching to the wrong charts. And again, this was what I was looking for. I was looking for a pullback into the high of day from yesterday, or this, and I should say, and the 63.80 level. This one was really frustrating to me. Look at the setup. We had a hold, green candle, enter the green candle, we start pushing, we wick, and we had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes of wicks pushing higher, and this looked awesome. This looked really good, and I was thinking, all right, we'll get out of here and we'll make up our loss from the first trade, and even if we have a break-even day, so be it. I get to my first profit target, and my second contract was sitting probably another point or two higher no, not even a full point, probably a point higher. And this thing dumps again, this ugly reversal day, and dumps again, takes me out. So I ended up with a net loss of about $80 after commissions on that one. And I was at that point, I was like, I'm done for the day. You know, just the setup was here. It really looked like we were holding, even if I would have waited another 10 minutes to get into the trade, I would have absolutely taken that setup. Like, we've got strong support. Looks like we're holding. Definitely the delta was showing the same thing. We had some wicks, things were pushing higher. It really looked like this market was ready to go back up, and it just simply didn't, and I was wrong. So that was a frustrating loss. Again, it's just nothing you can do. Sometimes it doesn't work, and so be it. So at that point I was down about 220 per account, and I was totally committed to walking away. I was fine with walking away. I was like, I'm done. And yeah, so matter of fact, I actually called Nutty, and he and I were talking about the market this morning session, and I was just like, yeah, it just sucks. You know, you spend the time to chart and to, you know, get everything set up, and then, you know, the market does you dirty like this, and you just got to eat it. So it is what it is. Well, then we get to the bad one, where around 1 o'clock, I noticed we had this big flush down to this 23,400 level on the NASDAQ. So we flushed through the high of day from yesterday down to the 400s, pushed back out of there. And I was really tempted to jump in long right here. And I was like, I hesitated, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. And I said, well, maybe we'll get a break of the overnight, or the previous high of day, the purple line. If we get a break of the high of day and we get a test of that level, I'll jump in long and we'll go from there. So I did. This market pushed up, and we got a reversal candle, and then we immediately got a green candle. This red candle that you're seeing right here at the 1305 marker was green when I entered, and we continued to push higher, and this thing absolutely dumps. And I get out of there with a full $200 loss, and we turn a $220 or $230 red day into a $420, $30 red day. So ugly, and hence the need for quant guard, so I can lock myself out and walk away. And yeah, so it was a frustrating day, frustrating, tough day. And you know, what's the lesson? The lesson is just we were in a very much a bleeding lower situation. And if I look at my notes on TradeZella on each of the trades this morning, the notes were that ugly reversal. That was a common theme. Let me just make it bigger so you can see it. So first trade, my note said almost got to take profit, had a big reversal, took me out, disappointing. The next trade was this one here. That one, my note says break and retest high, I got to take profit one, then ugly reversal, gotta walk away, nice setup, super fail. Again, very nice setup. This was great, like we talked about, but we had a big reversal. And why I thought that the last trade I took was going to be the same thing is beyond me. I mean, that was a very, very ugly one. Ugly, missed the 23,400 bounce and got in on the prior day high retest. Ugly reversal, totally talked myself into this trade after I was already done for the day. So it was just a day of making bad things worse, and we ended up with a pretty nasty red day. So anyway, that's where we're at. That's where we end up. Now, there is a little bit of silver lining in today. There's a little bit. As crazy as this sounds, I had a $10,000 day on evals, and I finally passed my 5th Tradeify account. So as of tomorrow, I will have 5 funded Tradeify accounts, which is the max you can have, something I've wanted. And so unfortunately, we've got these accounts into drawdown a little bit. This one here was up to 800 or something in profit, and we're back down to 50,000. So that stinks, but we got our work cut out. We'll push them back up. So again, I'm not going to get too down over a negative couple of bad days. It is what it is. I had a good run, and there's going to be red days. The key is to just not let it get too out of whack. But yeah, I had a good day on the evals, really good day. And the crazy thing is I was taking longs this morning. I longed this morning right here off the 23,575s, took a long there, and then I shorted right here, shorted this short at the 600s on the NASDAQ. And that was, I mean, it really only took a few trades, but again, trading with bigger size and just looking for a bigger win, and I got it. But anyway, so you know where are the accounts at? I've got several Apex accounts that are above 52,000. I would get this one's like 500 away from passing. These 5 here are about 500-600 away from passing. The Alpine account, if you're following along, It is at 5,400 in profit. So I'm $3,500 away from my first ever 150K funded account. So hopefully I can do that. I've got another little run of 150Ks here that are 4,000, 4,300 in profit, 4,700 in profit. So, you know, good halfway there. And then my take profit, I've got 5 of these. The one of them here is up 1,800, and the other ones are about $1,000 in profit. So doing well, doing okay on these. And again, trading them the same way. I'm not copying. I quit copying with my funded accounts. I have the evals on one trade copier, and I have my funded accounts on a different trade copier. And I just simply had some swings and misses on the funded accounts today. So be it. But anyway, so that's a wrap for today, and hopefully we can do better tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and again, I'll just say it like I did yesterday. I just want to be careful and try not to have another red day. So anyway, that's a wrap for today. Hopefully you guys did better. I'm actually curious to know how you did. This market has been very difficult to trade, very, very choppy, very what I call indecisive candles, where the candle is building one direction then the other. So you get a candle that builds green, turns red, builds green, turns red. So very, very, very difficult trading. I'm just curious, how did you guys do? How did you do today or the last couple of days? Have you had a green week? Have you had a red week? Are you finding it difficult? Are you enjoying this kind of price action? So anyway, appreciate you guys. Don't forget about the Take Profit Trader sale that is ending this weekend. I'm not sure what day they're ending it, but there's the banner popping up, 40% off and evaluation fees refunded at the first payout. Use code BCT. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate that very much. And again, appreciate you guys following along. Thanks, new subscribers as well. Slowly but surely, we're getting the channel built slowly. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care and so long.